everyone, and welcome one more time to our intensive Spanish lesson class, where my goal and your goal is that you learn Spanish language in 100 days. So in 100 days, you should be able to communicate with any person that speaks Spanish very easy. So far, we learned so much in our last 7 lessons. Today, our lesson number 8 is going to be learning some preposition and adverb, like when there is something around you, like some object that and position, how to mention on how to refer to this element and those objects that will be around you. Like for example, something is up, something is down, something is close to you or near to you. So let's go to learn all this in this lesson. But before we go on the computer, remember that we create this group in Facebook that will be able to help you. So if you didn't join our Facebook group, so I'm going to leave the link in the description, and you can just join for free. So just do the request, and I'm going to add you as soon as possible, so we can create a community that we can help each other to learn the Spanish language. So I'm going to leave that, and please join. So let's go to start with the lesson today. That is going to be the preposition and adverb for position of object. So let's go to jump in the computer right now.
Okay, back in the computer. So let's go to start with the preposition in Spanish. So in English, we will have to, at, or as well, of and from. So in Spanish, we will use the preposition a. So that would be just like the a, like in English you can see a, and that would be that would refer in English again to the to or at. So let's go to see one example. So if I say yo, I, voy is the verb to go in Spanish, yo voy. Later we are going to study the verb to go in Spanish. Yo voy, I go to someplace. I'm going to the school, I'm going to the house, I'm going to the party. So yo voy, then the article, we already was using that, the article de la casa, so the house. So casa is a feminine, so that's why we have la casa. If that would be masculine, we say el barco or el camión. So that would be in this case la casa, the house. Yo voy a la casa. But the most important is that we are using the preposition a. So it's when you go to a location. But then we will say and again here is I am going to the house. I'm going to the house. And then we have here yo voy a el baño. So baño is a washroom, right? I am going to the washroom, and because it's masculine, so you will say el baño. But it's a little bit like if you are reading yo voy a él, it's a little bit like too much, two vowels together. That would be a little bit, the pronunciation will be a little bit hard. So a el baño, when it's a little bit, it sounds a little bit bad. So in Spanish, we instead of to have two vowels together, we are going to do to eliminate that option, and we are going to contract that, to do a contraction of the word. So here is what I mean. Instead to say a él, we are going to say yo voy al baño. So you see, we eliminate to have a el baño. So we put the a and only the el, and so we will make al baño. So that only happens when we have these two vowels together, the a and the e. So a el baño, we say al baños. There is a contraction there of the a and the el, baño. So let's go to see some couple more sample here. And for example, so the preposition we are going to use only on this option when it's a direction to indicate movement toward a place. So if you're going to a place, voy a la tienda, I'm going to the store. So it's when we are going to use the preposition. Also, the time refers to a specific time. For example, you say la clase empieza a las 8. So the class starts at 8 o'clock. So that at is when we use a. So also we have for indirect object. So to introduce the recipient of an action. Le di el libro a María. So I give the book to Maria. So if you give something to someone, so if that is when you use a Maria, a mi hermana, a my Jose. So you see, you give something to someone, and personal a used before direct object that is a person or a pet. Vi a mi amigo. So I saw to my friends. But when in English you will say I saw my friend, but you don't have to use the to. But in Spanish you will say vi a. So I saw someone to someone. Okay. So that would be when you use the preposition a. And remember, the most important is just the contraction. That is what I wanted just to show what it is. So basically, if they only happen when we have the article, that would be in masculine, instead to say a él, so we are going to say al. So it doesn't happen if you have to use in the plural or in the feminine. For example, if you say a la casa, so you don't have to do the contraction. It's only when there is a masculine. Or a las casa, or a los amigos. So if this is the plural for masculine, like a los barcos, so in that case you don't have to do the contraction there. It's only for a él. Okay, so we are going to say, instead to say a el baño, we say al baño. Okay, so then we have as well the preposition de. So this is another one that is going to have a contraction as well, and de will be for representing when you say of or from in English. So for example, here say ella viene, she's coming, viene de la escuela. So here she's coming from the school. Okay, so ella, she is coming, is viene from, that would mean from de. So here is when we are going to use de, and the school, so la escuela. So she's coming from de, ella viene de la escuela. But if we are going to use in the masculine, for because la escuela is feminine, so you use la escuela. But what happens if it's masculine and we say ella viene de el cuarto? Cuarto is a bedroom. So the same. There is a de el, so there is two vowels together, which is a little bit hard. You say de el cuarto. So even some people in Spanish that they don't know much about the grammar, they will say de el cuarto, but in reality, so in Spanish we will close this and we will say ella viene del cuarto. Okay, so even if you see some people that speak Spanish that they will say yo voy a el baño, that is incorrect. So you should say yo voy al baño. Or ella viene de el cuarto is incorrect. You should say ella viene del cuarto, because you are doing the contraction. So as much as possible, you have to do the contraction whenever you see these two vowels together. So here we have some use when you are going to use de or de in Spanish. For possession, possession, of course, something that you belong, is that you own. Indicate ownership. El libro de Juan. So Juan's book. So de means that belong to Juan, right? The book belong to Juan. El libro de Juan, Juan's book. So, or the book of Juan. So literally it's how we will say, but in English we will say Juan's book. Origin as well, to indicate where someone or something is from. So soy de España. So I am from Spain. From is that when you use the de. And for some material and content as well. So describes what something is made of or contained. So una mesa de madera. So the table of wood. So it's made of wood. So de. Okay. So it's when you use de in Spanish. All right, so that will be the how to use this preposition. But the reason why I mentioned this class is because then we are going to learn some position or direction of object. For example, arriba. So arriba means up. Okay, but up for something that is on the top of something. El libro está arriba de la mesa. So the book is on top of the table. So that is when you use arriba, and always is going to be followed by a de. Okay, de. El libro está arriba de la mesa. So we say arriba de. If you leave only arriba means up, but when you put arriba de means on top of something. So remember, only arriba by itself means up, but when it's arriba de means on top of something. So then we have abajo de. Remember the same. If it's abajo only means down, but when it's abajo de, to referring to a position, to something, we are going to say el gato está abajo de la cama. So the cat is under the bed. So it's not similar when you say, it's not the same when you say abajo, when you say abajo de. So mean under. El gato está abajo de la cama. And remember, because la cama is a feminine, it's feminine, right? You use de bed, you say la cama. So there's no contraction there. But if that would be masculine, you will use a contraction. So then we have al lado de, next to or beside to. So you say al lado. So al lado means that is beside you, but when is we are using de, al lado de, in that case would be la lámpara está al lado del sofá. The lamp is next to the sofa, right? So beside is when you is al lado. Oh, you are beside me. So you are beside me, but when you are using de, you are going to say la lámpara está al lado del sofá. You are referring that the lamp is beside of something. So that's why you are going to use al lado de sofá. And here we have the contraction. So el sofá is masculine, right? So you are going to say al lado de el sofá. No, you will say al lado del sofá. So that is why I was doing this lesson before to using the position on this adverb, because I want that you understand when to use del in that case. So then we have atrás. So again, atrás. So if you use atrás de, I forgot even to put here the de, but atrás means behind. But when you say atrás de, is behind. Oh, well, actually here behind. So you say el perro está atrás del jardín. Is behind the garden. So behind. Okay. So atrás del jardín. Jardín again is masculine. You will say el jardín. So you are not going to say atrás de el jardín. You're going to say atrás del jardín. The dog is behind the garden. Here we have another one, near or close. We are going to say cerca. And again, we are going to put the de, cerca de. So is close to something. So cerca, and here we have la tienda está cerca de la casa. Okay, casa in this case is feminine, so there's no contraction. So you say cerca de la casa. The store is near my house. Lejos de, again, we are going to use always with lejos de to refer to something. Lejos is far, or far of what? So far of respective from one object. Is far from my house, is far from me, is far from my dog, is far from the backyard, is far from something, but we are going to use de to refer the far from what. Okay, so in this case, we are going to use lejos de, here we have el aeropuerto. Aeropuerto está, remember we were using the verb to be está for a position of something. El aeropuerto está lejos del centro. So the airport is far from downtown. So the airport, el aeropuerto está far from, lejos del centro, downtown. Centro is downtown. So then we have dentro de, so inside of, so dentro, adentro. So dentro and adentro. So that would be something that would be in another lesson that we are going to say when something is dentro or adentro. It's depending the position, but here we have las llaves están dentro del cajón o adentro del cajón. So the key are inside the drawer, okay? Then we have afuera o fuera, afuera, so outside, both adentro, dentro y afuera, y adentro y afuera. So they both will have the similar situation, but one refers to the position to the other one. In this case, for next people, we are going to use both to refer until you get the practice in a different level. Las llaves están dentro del cajón o adentro del cajón. So, el perro está fuera de la casa. So, the dog is outside of the house or outside the house. Encima, on top of. So, el libro está encima de la mesa. Already know what is mesa. And el libro está arriba de la mesa. Similar to arriba, but specific being directed on top of something. So again, so arriba, encima, so it's going to be a little bit different. So here is more a specification what mean arriba. In this case, el libro está arriba de la mesa o encima de la mesa. So that's why I'm making a little bit different. So it's similar to arriba, but with more specification to be directly on top of something. The same happened with adentro, dentro y adentro. It's just to refer specific from something, right? So we're more specific. So in that case, encima, so you are referring that it's encima of something and is de la mesa. So then we have debajo, under, and we have la pelota está debajo de la silla. So the ball is under the chair. So it's under. And then it's similar to abajo, but we're more specific to being directly for under something. Okay. And enfrente, in front of. Okay. So la farmacia está enfrente del banco. So again, it's similar to the position where we have enfrente, in front of, okay? And then we have entre, in between, so to indicate something that is directly facing from another object. Well, that would be when you are using enfrente del banco. So, for example, what I mean is enfrente is that you know that there is one object in there in front of another object. So you say enfrente del banco to indicate something that is directly facing from another object or facing from another object. And here we have el parque está entre la escuela y la biblioteca. So it's like in English, you are using between this and this. So you're using between this and this to refer between each other. The park is between the school and the library. And that is again to indicate something is located between two objects. And the last part is what we already explained when we are going to use el. So it's the contraction from the preposition and this article that would be el in the masculine. And again, I'm from de and el, so would be del, el would be al. So that would be our lesson for preposition and also some adverb. I think that if you master this, it's going to be super important, because every time that you are mention something, like you're going to say, I'm here beside you, or beside my mother, or this, where is located this, and you see this is located on top of the table. So that is when we are going to try to use it more and more. So if you have some question, please leave in the description as well. We are going to post as well some other exercises, so you will have a better understanding in our Facebook group. So we are going to have some so we're going to explain a little bit more in detail as well. So I don't want that the video to be too long explaining something. So I know that we will need more practice in order to achieve the mastering, knowing how to use all these verbs and preposition. So again, so we see you in our next class. Hasta la vista. Luego nos vemos. Chao.